We are live. Good morning, beloveds. I'm still sweaty from the park. It was noisy in the park because the Klein soccer kids were there. But there weren't a lot of squirrels, and we saw nary a blue jay. Actually, we heard the mockingbirds, but never saw any. We never saw any of the birds. Not the mockingbirds, not the blue jays, not the cardinals, nothing. And there were a few squirrels, but not very many. And I'm just like, So, but I got a good walk in and I got 52 active minutes. So, hey, that's a good thing, right? Okay. All right. So,
good.
Thank you. We are doing Your Spiritual Power, which is a collection of inspirational writings. So let's do the housekeeping first, and then we will get on with this. Hang on. The housekeeping is simply me reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email, info@creativelife.org. That will get you one email a week, tells you what's going on for the week and the month, and the hot links are hot. The other thing about that email list is it is a blind CC, which means nobody will see your email. So you won't end up on anybody else's email list because of us. And then the last thing is the social medias. I simply mention them because we do not monetize them. We don't want to deal with the ads any more than you do. So instead, what we ask you to do is to like, follow, or subscribe to the page. Yeah. That's what based on which platform you're on. And then engage with the individual posts, because it bumps us in the algorithms. The more followers we have, the more subscribers we have, you know the thing. It bumps us in the algorithms. So please react to the post, comment on the post, share the post. That's what bumps us in the algorithm. They're like, oh, people like this. More people should see it. We think we have good tools to share. We hope you agree with us. And we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, based on which platform you are on, and I am the running Rev Ryan across the platforms that I am on. So there is that. Okay, so that should be everything. And then, so let's move on to your spiritual power. So this, like I said, this is a collection of inspirational writings, because it says so on the cover. And some of them are rare. You know, they haven't been published in other places. Now, Your Invisible Power probably was a small booklet. And I know a lot of these essays are in the Living of the Science of Mind, which probably means they're in the at-home course. So the study at home course, or, you know, so, because I know I've read these articles before, and I'm just like, I read these recently because I just finished the Living the Science of Mind. And they started with Immortality. So we're just going to take it section at a time and, just do a couple of pages, because these are meaty topics and I want to give you a little bit to think about, and then we'll go away and think about it and come back and do some more tomorrow. So we are doing, Your Invisible Power, and we are in your God self. Yeah, because we've already done God, Your Silent Power. Oh, God, Your Personal Self. That's part 2 of Your Invisible Power. And we are going to tackle the section, The Law That Is Within You, today. Let me get my little, I don't know that that's all the way up. There we go. It seems a little brighter now. Ever since I had my cataract surgery, dim light, not my friend anymore. So between age and cataract, So I don't miss wearing glasses, though. So that's really cool. Okay, so the law that is within you. The law that is within you is an activity of the mind principle in you. This mind within you is the mind of God. All inquiry into any truths, whether we consider such truths physical or metaphysical, leads to this inevitable conclusion, that the final creativeness of the universe is a movement of intelligence within and upon itself. This intelligence already exists at the center of your own being. Why is that a very important statement? Because it means that you have access to the creative intelligence. All right. It really is your own being and the very power of imagination which you exercise Is this intelligence functioning at the level of your comprehension of it? To think is to create. The law that is within you is both universal and individual. It's like we particularize the law, is what he likes to say. And I think that's just a really interesting way of saying it. Okay, so the law that is within you is both universal and individual. Since your mind is some part of the mind of God, there is a place within you where you are universal, where you use universal power. That power is the law. This law, which is at the center of your own being, no doubt you have used largely in an unconscious way. That is, you have used it in ignorance of its true nature. Consequently, the very good which you greatly desire, but which you have been afraid you would not gain, has been kept away from you because you have denied its presence in your experience. To affirm the presence of this good is to use the law within you for the creation of this good which you affirm. One of the most fascinating things which you will ever learn is that this law, which exists at the center of your being, is creative. That you use the same creativeness which brought the planets into being. The same creativeness which produces everything that is. The law of your life is really a law of freedom, but you have used it as a law of bondage. You must now use it as a law of freedom. All individual minds, your own included, are merely different activities in the infinite mind. This mind of God is the law of your life. When you speak, it speaks within you. Thus, your thought becomes the law of your life because the law of the one mind already resides at the center of your being. Okay, right? Now, let's go back and think about this for a minute. Thus, your thought becomes the law of your life. So if you look around your life and you don't like it, then you need to change the way you are using the law. Because you are setting up your own life. You have the creative power to make your life, and then you have the creative power to remake your life. All you've got to do is decide to change how you are using the law. You cannot change the law, but you can change how you are using the law. Okay? To think is to create. You have already been thinking and creating. Now you wish to create good instead of evil, abundance rather than limitation. You have this possibility within you, for the law within you is set in motion by the mind within you. Okay? You have control over that. That's really important. The mind within you is God, having complete authority over the law. But you must reverse your use of the law. You must accept your freedom, announce your liberty, and proclaim your divine birthright. Whatever you believe to be true about God, declare to be the truth about yourself. Know that the power within you, which is God, is the law of good, establishing right action in your life. In this manner, you will gain dominion and exercise authority. Okay, whatever you believe to be true about God, right? Well, let's examine what we've been taught about God growing up. So if you want to believe what you know about God to be true about yourself, you really want to get clear on what you believe about God. Do you believe that God is a great accountant in the sky waiting for you to screw up? I never did. And I'm grateful that I never did. Because what you're doing is claiming, what you believe about God, because you are made of the same stuff that God is. That's all that exists. Everything is made of the same stuff, which is the stuff of God, right? It is God making us out of God's stuff, right? So whatever you believe about God is what you can believe about yourself, but then you need to be really clear about what you believe about God. All right. That's one of those sentences. Whatever you believe to be true about God, declare to be the true about yourself. Let's get real clear about what we believe about God. Because there are things that people believe about God I'm not going to believe about myself. But I also don't believe them about God. So, check yourself before you wreck yourself. As where did that come from? Okay. To think is to create. The thinker is a creator. They live in a world of their own creation. You are a thinker. Therefore, you are a creator. Consequently, you live in a world of your own creation. And that, the more we learn about quantum physics, the more truth we are learning about that statement. It's like, it is our perception that fills our world. We literally do live in our own world. Because nobody is going to see the world quite the same way you do. We can have similar experiences and come away with completely different interpretations. We can have the same experience. We can be in the experience together and come away with completely different interpretations. You literally do live in a world of your own creation. So if you don't like it, again, you have the power to remake it. At first, this doesn't seem to be true, and you may deny it. But finally, you will come to see that if this were not true, you could not be a free individual. If it is true, then your very bondage is a result of the ignorant use of your freedom. To think is to create. This is really the key which opens the doorway to wisdom and power. The doorway is already within you. Now that, right there. We're so busy looking outside of ourselves that we forget that the key and the doorway that we are looking for is already right inside of us. Somewhere within you, the mind of God reveals this truth, that you were born free, that the will of God for you is one of goodness, truth, beauty, and that all the power there is for you. And all the will there is wills life. It's not fate. It's not destiny. It's, there's none of that. You are free. You get to make your own choices. It's just the willpower that allows you to do that. Okay? You are the image and likeness of this life. You are a personification of it. You are the personality of God. The kingdom of heaven is already within you, and the law of that kingdom is harmony, peace, and joy. But if this law of God within you is one with the all law, then there is no opposite to it. Nothing can contradict its final, absolute, supreme authority. You must know this. And in knowing it, you will exercise that authority which the eternal principle has incarnated in you. But if to think is to create, thoughts are things, and the law of things is the law of thought. Change your thinking then. This will not be easy at first because old thought habits are prone to reassert themselves, to claim they have a right to remain in your consciousness, to harass and torment you. But now you are wise and you know they have no such authority. You see them to be exactly what they are, false impressions claiming to be the truth. They are traitors to your true self, false representations of the divinity within you. They are a misuse of your law of freedom, but you will cast them out. You will say to them, I no longer accept you, be gone. And because they are only thoughts, they will evaporate. What a wonderful thing to realize that this mind within you is also the law within you, and that the spirit within you, which is God, acts through this mind upon this law at your direction. You should rejoice that at last you are awakening to this realization of truth, that there is no law for you, but your own souls shall set it in the one great law of all life, truth, and wisdom. And we are going to stop there, and we are going to pick up. We'll on 55 with the power that is within you tomorrow. Yep. And yeah, change your thinking. Change your thinking. Whew. Okay. It is really important when you are doing this kind of work to get clear about what you believe about God. And to understand that there is no set destiny, there is no final fate, there is no grand purpose. The purpose of your life, the will of God, is for you to express what you choose to do. So it's one of those things where I like to say our life and our ability to express is our gift from God. What we do with it is our gift back to God. So you want to get really clear about what you believe about God and understand that you are made of that stuff. Are we everything that God is? No. But are we some of what God is? Yes. And that is where our power and our authority comes from. That is how we get to shape our lives. And yes, I understand we are in relationship with people and that gets messy. But if you can remember that you live in your own world and it is colored by your perception, there is the beginnings of the power to change the life that you're living. Literally, thoughts are things. And if you are not happy with your life, change your mind and watch the life around you change. All right, beloveds, thus endeth the lesson. At least for today. We'll pick up tomorrow with the, what did I say? The friend that is within you? Or no, I think it's the power that's within you. And then we'll go on to the friend that's within you. All right. And now I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a take care of yourself day. It is Catterday for me, so there will be no taking care of business today. It is about self-care day. So I'm going to encourage you to take a nap day, a listen to some good music day, a read something amazing day, a tell somebody you love them day, a cuddle your fur babies day, a drink plenty of water day, be aware of the heat day, maybe stay out of the sunlight between 10 and 2 day. Unless you really need some vitamin D, but that's best between 8 and 9. Who knew? I do, because my job. I'm out of words day. And that's okay day. Do something just for you day. And then if you choose, do something for somebody else. All right, beloveds. Have a good day. And if that is too much pressure, because occasionally it is, I do understand. Simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action. This is what we've been talking about. A beautiful masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. Very important part of that statement. Whew. Take a deep breath. We're heading into my allergy season, so it's going to be interesting. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right? Explore the truth of your own being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. All right, beloveds, I'm going to move on into the rest of my day. And I literally mean that. I'm going to rest today. So I'm going to remind you, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9-ish tomorrow. No, I will be back with you around 8:45 tomorrow. I get to go to the gym tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.